Hello, my dear student. Welcome to Electrical Machine Lab. Today, we are going to perform single-phase, full-wave controlled thyristor drive for DC motor. Practical. This is the motor on which we will perform the practical with BDA. Brake drum arrangement. You can see this brake drum arrangement with the hand wheel. This is the brake drum arrangement, and this is the weight machine. This is the weight machine, and this is a brake, and this is our drum, and this is our motor, and we can see its nameplate. Which type of motor we are using for the practical. This is our trainer kit thyristor drive, which we will use for this practical single phase SCR DC drive trainer kit. This is the front panel of this trainer kit with start and stop button, and this is the CRO which we will use for this practical. Now we can see the circuit diagram. In this circuit diagram, this is the thyristor kit, and this is our motor armature, DC motor armature, and this is the field winding. We are separately excited field winding, and we are giving the AC supply to 30 volt 50 Hz to this thyristor kit, and output of this thyristor kit we are giving to the armature of the DC motor via ammeter and voltmeter. In this our thyristor kit, as per the circuit diagram, we will go to the particular section, mean we will go to the power circuit. Just now we have seen the circuit diagram. As per that circuit diagram, this is the power circuit. You can see it clearly. This is the power circuit. So supply, AC supply will be given to the thyristor kit at this point, here and here, and output of the thyristor kit means the DC supply we will take from here and we will give to this two terminal, this terminal and this terminal, to the for the armature. This is the A terminal, you can see, and this is the double A terminal. You can see here, this is double A terminal via ammeter and voltmeter. And this cable which I have connected, this cable is going to the motor armature terminal. And this section is the field bridge or field circuit. You can see here clearly. In this circuit, we are separately exciting the field winding. So I have already connected the field winding terminal of the motor to the kit here in the field bridge section or field bridge circuit. In this section, field circuit section, we are giving the AC supply to this bridge circuit. This is a diode rectifier bridge circuit, and output of this bridge circuit means DC supply we are giving to the field winding terminal Z and double Z. This is a separately excitation connection of the field winding. Title for this practical can also be given as Characteristics of DC motor controlled by thyristor. Object, it is used to determine the torque, speed, characteristics of DC shunt motor. running in separately excited mode as a function of firing angle of the thyristor. Apparatus used for this practical is single phase full wave phase control thyristor bridge rectifier, which is having 4 thyristor, each with 8 ampere 800 volt PIV rating. Second, single phase AC variac of 0 to 8 ampere, 0 to 250 volt. Third, trigger circuit hardware. Fourth, CRO dual trace oscilloscope. Fifth, ammeter, moving iron and moving coil. Similarly, sixth, voltmeter, moving coil and moving iron. And eighth, we required the DC motor of 5 kW, 220 volt, 200 RPM. After seeing the circuit diagram, we can see the average DC output voltage of the thyristor bridge is given by the formula average DC output voltage VDC is equal to 2 root 2 of VAC input voltage into cos phi divided by pi. Thus, the output voltage of the bridge is a function of the firing angle alpha. If alpha is more, means firing angle is more than 90 degree, the average output voltage become negative, making the converter working as an inverter. Otherwise, firing angle being below 90 degree, the bridge converter act as a control rectifier. And with free-wheeling diode, this diode connected as shown in the circuit diagram by the dotted line. This is the free-wheeling diode. The average DC output voltage is improved and become, which can be given by the formula VDC equal to root 2 by E by pi bracket 1 plus cos phi. Now, the bridge circuit shown in the figure is full controlled bridge consisting of 4 thyristor. Thyristor 1, thyristor 2, thyristor 3 and thyristor 4. This bridge find application where regenerative braking of DC motor may be required, as these types of braking needs the converter to act as an inverter while the motor is in braking mode. Ordinary, a half control bridge means thyristor 3 and thyristor 4 being replaced by diode D3 and D4, D3 and D4, while thyristor 1 and thyristor 2 remain in circuit, serves the purpose of DC motor control. The average DC output voltage is given by the expression 2 in this case. Therefore, the performance equation of DC motor are given by V is equal to E IA plus IA RA. Then finally we'll get pi is equal to KIF. Procedure: connect DC motor to single phase converter as shown in the diagram. Please ensure to make connection of field and armature proper. Ensure that motor is on, no load, means belt should be loose. Point number 2. Ensure for SW1 in FFR on position and SW2 in FD should be in on position. Set voltage control port at minimum position. Point number 3. Connect plug of kit to 230 volt single phase supply Make main switch on, press start push button, increase voltage by the control port from minimum to rated value near about 180 volt in a step. At each step, note reading of voltage and speed of the motor. Point number 6. With the rated voltage applied, increase load on the motor up to rated load. And at each stage, note value of voltage, current, torque and speed. If required, waveform at different stages can be taken on CRO as mentioned as under. Use isolation transformer only supplied along with the dry for CRO. Supplied to avoid any shock circuit. Point number 8. To observe effect of flywheeling diode on inductive load output waveform, put SW2 in FD by bypass position. At lower value of voltage, output effect of FD can be observed on the output waveform. If trainer is required to test with resistive load, switch off trainer main and make connection as shown in the diagram with rheostat. Put main on, press start push button and increase voltage control port to 180 volt output. Observation waveform of output with resistive load. Now, this is our kit. This is the firing circuit. This is the power circuit. And this is the field bridge circuit. And all these are included in this block schematic of converter. This is a schematic diagram of our kit. Here we will give the input to the RAM circuit, and then these pulses will be applied to the speed amplifier, current amplifier, and then to the fire circuit. From this, it will go to the power circuit, and then it will go to the motor. So, firing angle will be changed with the help of this reference port. When we change with this value, the firing angle will be changed, and we will take all the reading. Now we will start the practical. Now, before switching on the supply, we will keep the FFR switch in the on position and FD switch also in on position. After that, we will keep the motor at the no load condition and we will start the supply to the motor. See, I am starting the motor. And after that, I will press the start button to start the motor. After this, now I will increase the port and I will take the voltage up to 50 volt. And at 50 I will note down all the reading. Voltage, current and speed. I am measuring now speed for 50 voltage 416. Similarly, I will repeat all the procedure for the 100 voltage. At 100 voltage I will take all the reading, ammeter, voltmeter, and similarly I will take the reading at 150, then after at 180. This way I perform on the no load condition. Now I will note down all the reading for no load condition in the observation table. You can see this. Then after performing the no load condition, I will repeat all the steps for the load condition, keeping the voltage constant. Now we will put the load on the machine with the help of this brake drum arrangement. This is the hand wheel. We will move it clockwise to put the load on the motor. And we will take the reading at quarter load, half load and full load. For half load, quarter load and full load, we will note down the reading of the weight machine W1 and W2 in the observation table, and same the way we will note down the speed, voltage and current. For the load condition, we will note down all the reading, voltage, current for quarter load, half load and full load, and speed, and also the weight W1 and W2 in the observation table. Now we will observe all the waveform on the DSO. So first we will observe the input AC waveform by connecting the DSO probe at TP1 and TP0 test point. So we had connected the DSO probe at TP1 and TP0. So this is our input AC waveform. After that, we will see the waveform for gate triggering of thyristor 1 at test point G1 and K1 on the DSO. We have connected the DSO probe at G1 and K1, and we will see the waveforms output waveform of thyristor 1. Then we will observe the DC output waveform at test point TP6 and TP8 on the DSO. Here there is test point TP6 and TP8. We have connected the probe of the DSO and we are observing the waveform on DSO. After that, we will observe the DC output voltage waveform at test point TP7 and A+, but during this we have to take the care because at this point high voltage is there. TP7 and A+. This is the waveform on the DSO. Then finally we will observe the waveform trigger pulse at test point TP2 and TP0 and TP3 and TP0. So we have connected here TP2 and TP0. You can see it clearly. And this is the waveform on the DSO. Now finally, we will see the waveform at test point 3, TP3 and TP0. The probe of the DSO is connected and we will see the waveform on the DSO. We will draw these waveforms on the graph paper. Hence, we studied single phase full wave controlled thyristor drive for DC motor.